I'm constantly being asked every single week, and it is, what are safe investments? What are some decks that I, a lowly duelist, can pick up for X amount of money that I hypothetically shouldn't get burned on a ban list, or will be something that might come back into play later on? Well, I'm going to finally answer this question from my personal standpoint and give you guys my honest opinion on what I consider a safe investment to be for now. So, you guys better show this video some likes. I really need them. I'm being really sad. Just sitting over here clicking my own like button. Yeah, it's like liking your own status on Facebook. It's not a very good thing. It's actually really terrible. Especially if you're the only one. Please, I need friends. Don't leave me alone. Please? Alright, let's dig into this. Today on the adventures of what we find on Robbie's Cole, this table, what the fuck is this? Clusters? And like, this is like a half-eaten fucking cake? Like, I understand old people, and I understand my parents are old, but you didn't even eat the whole fucking cake. So, safe investments. So, you're a very low budget duelist. You want to spend a couple of dollars. This video might not be for you. This is going to be more for like the intermediate, want to kind of have a couple of deck cores laying around, kind of want to mess around with a few things. So my first honest opinion is going to be, I hope you don't have any biases, because I feel bad for you. So number one here, I honestly think you should have spirals laying around. Spirals are, they're still the asshole that they've been, I'll be honest with you. The only thing that happened was Resort went to 1. Did you read my lips? Resort went to 1. Okay. Just because Resort's at 1 doesn't mean that the engine isn't degenerate. Sleeper is one of the stupidest fucking cards to exist in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! And because of his pure existence, it's not going to be a good time. But the fact that the engine is still very much comboable, integratable, and still very abusable in its current form, with the current prices the way that they are for the Spiral core, the deck itself, I think, honestly, you should have the deck sitting around, if not just the core itself. Rescues, all the missions, Sleeper, everything is massively cheap and affordable, and I mean, the Super Agents are $6-7 a piece at the most. Double Helix is also very cheap. The only thing that's going to cost you an arm and a leg might be the Xyz like Firewall Dragon. But at the end of the day, if you've already got the tools available to you, if you've already got like the generic extra deck stuff, you already got the meta developing. I get it's a very good combo deck in terms of like price and things like that. I would, we kept our Spiral Core. We didn't sell it. There was no reason. I still love that fucking deck to death. Just the combos it does and things like that. Sure, the deck's very fragile at times, but spirals are the one thing that, from a tier 1 aspect, possibly future implications, I would make sure that I had it sitting around. So there's that. Number 2, Burning Abyss. So I've said this countless times. We have no idea when we're getting Cherubini. It's going to be a price guide. Taking bets now. Said that like 6 videos. But without the release of Cherubini, the deck is still very cheap. The deck also just got, what, triple Idaseka? So at the end of the day, the combos that Burning Abyss can still do are still the exact same that they can do. And Burning Abyss has showed up to be a tier 1.5 deck to a tier 1 deck how many times in its lifespan? It shows up so damn much that you should have a Spiral Core sitting aside already. Spirals are cheap, man. Like, I don't know how cheap you honestly are expecting to get in this video next to Spirals, but honestly, at the end of the day, you should already know that Burning Abyss rears its ugly head every other fucking format. And because it keeps showing the fuck up, you would think, I should probably invest in this. Hell, half of the deck's a fucking rare at this point in time. And like Super Agent, the most expensive card you're probably going to have to invest in is Dante Man. And even so, like, okay. And I say it's a safe investment because I don't see anything else getting hit in it in the list. I mean, Tour Guide's basically already been touched. The already present limitations can only get better for you when they unrestrict cards, to be absolutely honest. So, at what point are you just like, oh man, I should probably pick up Burning Abyss? Because honestly, you should. You know, in terms of good, competitive Tier 2 decks, the deck can still fucking get you places. There's absolutely no reason that you shouldn't. Once again, you should have the core laying around, much like Spirals, in case something fucking happens. Because things can only get better from here. What is it? Number 3? What can be number 3? Can't be Infernoids. They're too damn expensive now. Lightsworn? I mean, for the cost of 3 starter decks, you could have already had Lightsworn laying around. I mean, I'll give an honorable shout out to Lightsworn as number 3. Fuck it. I mean, everything's common now. The entire deck core is so cheap that it's so ridiculous. Let's be real here, though. 3 starter decks and you had pretty much the entire thing. The only thing you're missing is the 60 card brick to go with it. Honestly, Lightsworns are more of a gimmicky deck than correction. They're more of an engine than anything. And if you're playing a pure build, you're playing kind of some gimmicky ass shit. But sometimes gimmick can get you to where you need to be. Don't underestimate the power of gimmick, because I sound like I'm talking about gimmick plans, or gimmick puppets, but sometimes a gimmick will be good enough to get you to that X2, X3 bracket at a regional, get you your quick invite. And that's fine. You know, you don't have to be the best. Not all heroes wear capes, you know. It's a very good saying. You know, get that top 16, get that top 32, get yourself your invite. And I think, honestly, the Lightsworn engine could do it. But in terms of the cheapest engines to have around, Lightsworn definitely takes the cake, just for cheapest availability. Number 4, Mermails. Now, I know, Mermails are the most expensive thing I think I can mention on this list, because I think regular Megalos are anywhere from 10 to 12 for the rares from Battle Pack, unless they've gone up or down. But Mermails they're the engine of engines. Whew. Light-O-Seka, whenever we get the Mermail Link monster, God knows when, but Mermail's max rarity next to Lightsworn max rarity, where a lot of players were going to invest money, because at the end of the day, there's still OTK-based decks, there's still engine-based decks that will show up in a format and absolutely fucking devastate it. You don't have to be good to understand how to play water, you just have to understand how to throw cards at your opponent and put 8,000 damage on the board. It makes it sound like it's Boojins and it's Mad Helmet, but that's not the way that it's supposed to be. The deck, you just need to know how it combos and other things. Now, I understand things like Spirals and Mermails are going to give you a massive headache trying to fucking play this garbage. That's fine. You know, you have to learn, invest a little bit of time into something, you know, do yourself a little bit of good. But here's the thing. Combo decks aren't a bad thing. You just have to learn how to combo. And learning these combo-based decks, especially Mermails, it might be a little hard to know which skill tree to go down when. But at the end of the day, you paid for the core. You should learn how to learn the core. Quakimeras? Anybody? But if you know the way of the core, if you understand the way of the core, if you understand how to reveal Quakimera core in your hand, or a beast-type monster, or a rock monster, because we're playing rocks down here. Yes, we got off track there. If you understand how to do your basic OTKs with Mermails, once again, the deck can carry you to an X2, X3 positioning, quite possibly X4, where you're not going to get an invite. You know, and honestly, with Light of Sekka right around the corner here, it's not a particularly bad investment to have these around. Much like Spirals, Burning Abyss, and Lightsworn. At the end of the day, all of these decks have something in common. They're former past tier 1 decks that are cheap. I would honestly say you could throw Nekroz in there, but they're expensive. We don't want to spend real money on cards. $30, $40, $50 is about all I want to do. So, that's all I got for this video. Those are 4 very good investments that you, little George, little Dairy Queen man, should be picking up at your local tournament, your locals, your TCG player account, your cardmarket.eu account, just to make sure you have them, because not everybody can afford meta, but everyone can know how to summon Sleeper and equip it with Last Resort, because fucking cut my life into 2 pieces. This is what'll kill me. Just kidding. Alright guys, that's all I got for today. Deuces. The ride never ends, guys. Make sure you enable those notifications to get the latest videos that are being posted on this channel. Make sure you guys check out VanCole40 for my Cardfight Vanguard channel. And join me and House of Champions on the Zodiac Duelist TV Twitch stream. We'll be interacting with our audiences. And please check out No Limit Gaming and LGTCG.com for the cheapest trading cards on the market. Thanks for watching, guys, and please have a good day.